Minnesota's facing a crisis that its political leaders just can't spin away anymore. $1 billion is gone. It's not been misplaced, it's not been misreported, but stolen through one of the largest fraud operations linked to a state social program system in American history. And right now, when Minnesotans expect their governor, Tim Walz, former vice president candidate, to show a little accountability, he went on NBC and defended the very groups tied to the scandal. And that's not even the worst part, guys. This entire story exposes something far deeper than mismanagement. It shows what happens when politics becomes more important than protecting taxpayers, families, and children. And what do you think? Should a governor defend a community involved in 78 out of 86 fraud convictions? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. And I think we got pretty lucky with him not being vice president. Let me know that too. So let's go ahead and get into it. So my name is Tom. I'm with the Daily Beltway, and I'm also a White House correspondent for the Next News Network. And make sure you guys are subscribed, because every like, comment, and subscription helps this channel grow. So Minnesota's fraud disaster didn't appear overnight. According to federal prosecutors, this network of scams stretched across housing aid, food program, autism therapy services, and pandemic emergency spending. Nearly all defendants had Somali heritage, and many were submitting fake invoices, claiming fake meal sites, or diagnosing children with autism just to bill Medicaid. Let's get it's Tim Walz talking about accountability.
Speaking of the Somali community, President Trump is targeting them and your state in part. He's citing fraud as the reason for his crackdown. Dozens of people of East African descent have been charged, convicted, and sentenced for stealing more than $1 billion in taxpayer money from government programs during COVID. As you know, Governor, that is more than Minnesota spends each year to run its Department of Corrections. So I want to give you a chance to respond to this. Do you take responsibility for failing to stop this fraud in your state?
Well, certainly I take responsibility for putting people in jail. Governors don't get to just talk theoretically. We have to solve problems. And I will note, it's not just Somalis. Minnesota is a generous state. Minnesota is a prosperous state, a well-run state. We're AAA bond rated, but that attracts criminals. Those people are going to jail. We're doing everything we can. But to demonize an entire community on the actions of a few, it's lazy. And as you heard Senator Kelly say, this president has cut a lot of inspector generals. He's cut programs that could help us tackle this on. So we'll take it on. We'll put folks in jail. I don't care what your nationality is. I don't care what your religion is, your color. If you're committing crimes, these are programs that were meant to serve students with autism, to housing, and to making sure people had enough to eat. There's a reason Minnesota ranks as the top. Lowest childhood poverty, best place for children to live. People are taking advantage of that, they're going to prison. That is totally disconnected with demonizing an entire group of people who came here fleeing civil war and created a vibrant community that makes Minnesota and this country